You look at our physical environment, that is what was, not what is. And so one of the best ways, and I may go so far as to say the only way to really make a fundamental change in our physical environment is to start from the inside and allow that to manifest out. Because if we try and change our future working with the present, which is really the past, it's almost like we're fighting a losing battle. Or at the very least, we're going against the current, if you will. Okay? So, before I run out of time, because I often get on tangents, and then I look at my countdown timer and I have like a minute left. So the manifestation ladder from inspiration to manifestation. So that process flows from our crown chakra and down. So our crown chakra, the physical, psychological aspect of it, and as I said, I talk in more detail about that in the past series of programs, is our connection to source, whatever label you wish to place upon that source, God, universe, whatever you wish. That is where everything, if you will, comes from. That's like that pool of energy, that sea of infinity, that type of thing, right? It's like our antenna is picking this information up. And the interesting thing is our antenna is always picking this information up. It's always there. It's just that so many times we aren't aware of it. And this is another reason why I'm such a big proponent in meditation, is because for me, meditation isn't so much something that we do. It's something that we are. And it's more a state of being. And it's about allowing ourselves to rediscover that place inside of us that's at perfect peace, perfect stillness, and perfect power. You see, we can hear so much when there's silence. But especially in our world, our Western world especially, we are so busy that direction, that still small voice, that inspiration, if you will, gets drowned out by the conundrum of overstimulus that we always seem to be in. And so to tap into, and I guess we're always tapped into it, but to become aware of it, one of the best ways to do that, for me, is meditation, whatever that looks like for you, so we can step into that stillness. And then here's what happens. As that begins to flow, it flows down into our brow chakra. Our brow chakra, the psychological, energetic aspect of that, is our awareness and the expansion of our awareness. So here's what happens is our antenna going up through our crown chakra is always in this wave of energy, inspiration, creativity, and then what happens is that settles down or works its way down into our brow chakra and we become aware of it. Now, we give indications of this all the time because what do we say? We say, oh, I have an idea. Or we say, you know, I was trying to work this problem out or this challenge, and all of a sudden, the light come on, right? And it's interesting that if you watch people talk about that, when they go, oh, I have an idea, they don't point to their feet, right? They point up. They point to their mind. They say, oh, I have an idea. That's our brow chakra. As that inspiration that's always there flows down into our awareness, now we have an awareness of that inspiration for us, specifically for us. This is also why I believe that many times, I know many times in my life, I'll have this thought. It's like, oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea, a creative thought or something like that, or let's say thought for a business idea or whatever it may be. And I'm, sitting there, I think about it and mull it over and da-da-da-da-da. And then I go and I look, and here's somebody else that's got the same darn idea. And I thought, doggone it, that person stole my idea, No, they didn't, because their crown chakra is tapped into that same resource base as mine was. And there, as it worked through in their brow chakra, they became aware of it. And actually probably what they did was worked it down through the manifestation ladder, probably not realizing consciously what they were doing, into a physical manifestation of what began as this inspiration. So our brow chakra, so as it works its way into our brow chakra, we go, oh, I have an idea. Now, as long as the idea stays in our brow chakra, it's very safe, isn't it? We can just kind of leave it there, and we can, slip into it, and we can enjoy it, and we can daydream, right? And as long as it stays there, it's safe. Here's the interesting thing about this. As it works from chakra to chakra to chakra, first of all, their ownership increases, and second of all, the perceived risk increases. This is many times the reason why so many people have these wonderful ideas, but they stay there. So as it enters our brow chakra, we know it's there, and now we begin to nurture it, and we begin to feed it energy through our attention and our awareness. So we, as I said, we kind of mull it over, and we entertain the idea, and we daydream, this type of thing. So as we continue to give that energy, what happens is now it works down into the next chakra, which is our throat chakra. Now, the energetic psychological aspect of the throat chakra is communication, speaking it out. So then maybe what we do is we maybe draw up a business plan if it's a business idea, or maybe if it's a dream that we would like to go somewhere or something like that, maybe we share that with someone else. Now, here's the interesting spot. So it enters down into our throat. Here's our opportunity. What are we going to do with it? Because here's where, first of all, the ownership starts to increase, and then also the perceived risk starts to increase. Because what happens if I tell, let's say my goal is to have a house on the beach in Mexico, let's say, and we are having coffee with somebody and we say, I just have this dream that I want to have this house on this beach in Mexico. And this person just, what are you talking about? I mean, how could you ever do that? I mean, it probably costs so much, and, how would you be able to own property? And oh, you're crazy to think that. Oh my goodness, what would that mean? Because here's this dream that we had, and we share it with this person, and maybe they think we're a little bit off or a little bit nuts for sharing this. There's where the risk comes in. But that is a path, that is a step towards a manifestation that we're going to have to walk through. So many people have these dreams that they nurture and they nurture and they nurture. But as it goes into that throat chakra stage, and I'm going to assume a lot here, but they're afraid to enter into that piece of the process because there's that perceived risk again. And as we put energy into it, so all the way through this ladder, we are giving it energy, and giving it energy, and giving it energy, just no really different than if you plant a seed. You water it, nurture it, that type of thing, right? So we step into the throat chakra, we speak it out, or we write it down on a piece of paper. And that births it, if you will, into that chakra. And so now we have it. It's in front of us. Maybe we've shared it with somebody, written down some notes, things like that. So now we start to nurture that. Or maybe draw up some plans or different things like this. We're giving it energy, giving it energy, giving it energy. And then what happens is it prepares to flow down into our heart chakra. Now our heart chakra is a I'm going to say a very important chakra. I mean, they all are. But it's, if you will, a transitional chakra, because obviously it's the center of the 7 chakras. So the chakras above the heart tend to be, I'm going to say, etherical or insubstantial, I suppose, if I can use that word. The 3 energy centers or chakras below the heart chakra tend to relate a little bit more with our physical reality, if you will. So the heart chakra is quite a large gate that we step through. Okay, so we feed it energy, feed this energy, whatever this is, we're nurturing it, we're nursing it through, right? We've kind of stepped out a little bit and we've wrote it down on a piece of paper, so now we've worked through that gate.